Hi you guys, so Xavier and I were doing a live SSYB, but we got rained out, so we will be taking our yoga practice to a different night, and that will be tomorrow. So you're going to join us tomorrow in the same spot. We'll probably be doing it on YouTube. I will give a link always, as I always do. And yeah, that's about it. We're dealing with some, as per the usual, just pivoting, and dealing with some circumstances that are the rhetoric, and discuss some AI topics. Xavier's been writing articles for a Bitcoin developer, and it's fantastic. What do we mean by smart societies? We mean societies where integration seems almost seamless. We mean a place where people can exist free of abuse and bullying. We mean a place where no one has to be homeless, hungry, or alone. And a lot of what we know of today, with regards to technology, like apps and social media apps, have taken advantage of technology in general and distance, and brought those two issues, the issue of distance and the issue of socializing, and kind of solved any problem by allowing online social media apps and development. Some examples are the social media app that we're using right now.
Yeah.
And the ways, there are literally a million different ways that smart societies will, if they're not already, incorporating social media and various topics, various platforms and channels to make life run smoother for everyone, and fairer and more enjoyable, and cut out a lot of suffering. It does not have to be so mitigated, and that's what always gets me. It's like this demographic of person who gets off on being a bully or being a mean person, or just doesn't even think wow, maybe I shouldn't buy a case of food and bathe in it because there are people who can't even afford to eat. Maybe that shouldn't be my shtick for social media, being that way. People are either one of multiple columns. They don't care because they just don't care. They don't care because they hadn't considered it, and they're not an asshole or trying to be one. And smart societies have a way of integrating what we need with what we have, and kind of directing people where they need to go to get their needs met. Xavier's dad is developing a smart AI coin. Xavier, do you want to tell them a little bit about the coin?
Yeah, well, I can generalize it and say that anyone who stores their life savings in a smart coin, their life savings and all their assets can be on the safety coin, and they're their own. It's its own network, so you do everything on the network. There can be other people. It's like Telegram. There could be other people on your network, and you can message them and have encrypted email protections. But everything you do with all your financial behaviors and banking, stuff that you already do automatically, is protected and secured on the blockchain. And there's not going to be millions and millions of blockchains. Everyone is going to be on the same blockchain internationally too. Well, it's going to happen in the USA first, and then the rest of the world will catch on. They pretty much have, the corporations have had their own form of automation and organizing the different demographics in different regions of the country, the mainland United States. And they've been using AI for just data collections since the mid-90s. So.
I don't know. I don't have like a specific name, and we're not looking for investors on behalf of Xavier's father. We're specifically discussing what types of benefits there are in smart coins, smart currency, and smart societies. I don't want to discuss the controlling factors because there are many of them. It will intentionally bring certain people together. It will also intentionally separate certain people. There's a significant amount of autonomy in the human experience that will be taken out of the experience by utilizing these smart societies, but there are a number of very serious problems, some of them incredibly, or have the potential to be incredibly violent and unsafe, that will be resolved by using these smart society integrations. So it's just something very exciting. We want to discuss this in greater detail at a time when we're not like outside in the rain. So this conversation was planned for Friday. We're probably going to keep it on Friday. If you guys are interested, please feel free to tune in. We would love to have people actually bring some sort of intelligence to the conversation. I'm not really sure why. On some days, I have really, really intelligent, thoughtful people in the audience. On other days, it's like someone just graduated kindergarten or, is a Billy Madison type of adult who doesn't know how to communicate in proper grown-up way. And so they just become incredibly offensive and mean. And that's really not what we're doing in this space. This space is legitimate, and it's for adults to come together and young adults to come together and make conversation about our ideas, our inventions, our goals, our visions for a smoother running future and a better tomorrow. And specifically, we like to focus on the future of everything we're dealing in now, which is the medical field, legal things, how technology is going to affect those areas. And then just fun stuff, like what types of apps you guys are using, where you're doing your marketing and advertising, how you guys are branding business, how you're making money these days, and things of that nature. So I have a lot of experience and a lot to bring to the table when it comes to new business development, specifically transitioning businesses from their traditional brick and mortar style of location, and the smaller mom and pop style locations that have not been able to fully integrate to a web-based software, social media, and have not been able to take advantage of any of the free channels of advertisement. So I do have experience with that. I have experience with Amazon as an influencer. I have experience with TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Xavier has many years experience with Facebook curating.
13 years.
I have a lot of experience with ad copy, so specifically writing ads for a business, brand, service, or product. So we're really excited to talk about these things on Friday. We're very sorry that we got rained out of yoga. It was my turn to teach, and I did have a full sequence. We've been doing sunset yoga from 7:30 to 8:30 as the sun sets, which, if you guys are new here, we are fully aware scientifically and biologically that as we lose light, naturally we produce more melatonin. We get sleepier. So it seems like a perfect time to do a wind down from our busy day at sunset. Sunset in Chicago right now is at 7:21. So we were doing it from 7:30 to 8:30. And it was a perfect time. In the beginning, it was still sun. At the end, it was mostly, the sun had set completely and the streetlights were just turning on. And it was just a really nice wind down. We look forward to, doing that again tomorrow. Xavier had his couple times of teaching the class, and now it was going to be my time. He was kind of just borrowing my crowd here. But we really want to give something back to you, to those of you who have been following me for the entire 5 years and all of the 8 or 9 different personal blogs and production pages that I've had. I just want to thank you guys tremendously for those of you who have donated, for those of you who have just sent me a DM and said, hold on tight, like you're doing great, don't give up, anything encouraging. All of that encouragement and motivation is very much appreciated. Whether you're able to donate $1 or $100 or $1,000 or nothing at all, it's all very, very, very much appreciated. If you donate time, whatever it is, even just intention is very much appreciated. Obviously, not as much as money, but very much appreciated. So thank you guys so much for being here with us. Always, if you guys are going to eat fast food, make it Chipotle. If it has to be a choice of Burger King or McDonald's, I'm going with Burger King, the Whopper, no mayo, no cheese. And yeah, that's about it. If you're eating at a 5-star steak restaurant in Chicago, it's going to be Smith & Wollensky, hands down.
Safety coin is the separation of society.
Whatever that means. So, yeah. That's really all we have. I have nothing planned for this discussion. It is still raining in Chicago, and we're not waiting for a bus. We just have to walk home, and there is so much rain. So.
And what if Amazon Fresh replaces all of CVS's and Walgreens's? Then that's going to keep.
That would never happen because people need things immediately.
No,
yes, they do. Not everyone is willing to wait until tomorrow to have something delivered. So that's where Walgreens and CVS and Jewel Osco and Mariano's and Whole Foods, they're going to keep their space in society because they're gonna keep their immediately right now spur of the moment shoppers and their shoppers who don't trust the internet.
But it's happening more and more in more towns. Walgreens has left
There
San
is
Francisco.
There is room for both. Period. There is room for both.
This is going to happen more and more, I think. And Amazon Fresh will replace Jewel.
All right, you guys, we're going to hop off. It is literally so boring. Just not boring, but like I don't want to hold you guys here. It's still pouring. It doesn't look like it's going to let up, and we're just going to chill here until we get like a little break in the rain to run back inside. So you guys have a great night. As I always say, thank you so much for all of your support, your kindness, your kind words, for sharing truth rather than fiction and slander, for standing up to bullies. If you guys aren't aware of my mission as a personal mission and a mission to my company and my brand, Go Pro Solo, it's basically just be nice, don't be an asshole, make money where you can, but not in a way that's incredibly predatory or harmful to others. Basic morals, values, and ethics, and don't, slander and libel people for any reason. That's kind of like what I talk about. So it's always expected that some people, just to be jerks, will come and do exactly what it is that I'm preaching about not doing. My most meaningful and impactful campaign has been the What's Your Impact campaign, where I literally created a bunch of scratch-like or cut-like looking markings on my legs and arms, similar to someone who self-harms themselves, and then dressed up in like a ballerina looking, very theatric, kind of, happy-go-lucky skirts, long skirt with just a tank top carrying flowers with really curly, pretty hair, and just walked around, taking photos with this kind of half smile or full sense of, just blankness. And at the end, I zoom into those artistic self-harm markings and ask the question, what is your impact? You don't know how you affect people. You don't know who you're hurting with your words. And in 2024, there is no place for that. In 2001, we sent our kids to school, and we only had to be fearful about a group of approximately 20 that had access to our children being bullies to them, and mitigate how we taught our children to not care or deal with the opinions and slander and bullying or kindness of others to themselves, to the people around them, in 2024, we send our children to that same demographic in school, but when our children log on to social media, they have access to a much larger pool of influence. And so for that reason, I'm a mom before anything. I will always be a mother before anything. My children mean everything to me, as I'm sure yours do to you. I hope that we can all unite in the common message that the internet nor real life are acceptable places to be bullies. And specifically, I'd like to also reiterate that in the past week, there have been multiple assisted suicide campaigns in the city of Chicago, in this immediate surrounding area. The last time I saw one of those was briefly after I did 6 episodes of a reality show. They ran that campaign, Assisted Suicide, where I was badgered and bullied, and signs were hung up urging me to kill myself and saying that if I needed help, that they would help me, that I was ugly, that I was fat, that I was disgusting. And at that time, I was only 123 pounds, and I was dealing with some pretty heavy emotional issues, post-traumatic stress disorder, among others. So I just want to let you guys know, what has been the background and why I've started this mission. That's why. When someone is feeling down and out, the last thing that they should be told is, if you want to die, I'll help you. So if you guys are doing well, fantastic. If you're not, my DM is open. I check it pretty frequently, and I try to respond to almost everyone if it's something constructive. I do have a lot of, problems myself going on at all times. I also have a lot of triumphs and victories going on at all times. I like to share them both with you guys. Just because I feel like being as real as possible and down to earth as possible is the best way. They say in the middle, some people say a friend to all is a friend to none. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in snaking anyone. I believe in being kind and courteous to everyone. And then the people who go above and beyond to create a relationship that's meaningful with me, I will meet them right there. So that's where we're at. No slander is welcomed here. We're going to pick up with another SSYB live tomorrow night. If you guys can donate, please do so via Cash App. The link is posted in my story. You can click on the little circle in the top left corner. Please feel free to donate. If you never had Cash App before, there is a code there. I believe it's a 5-letter or numeric code. If you enter that code when you sign up for Cash App, we will both receive a $5 bonus when you sign up and link an eligible debit card. So check that out, you guys. And as I always say, thank you so much for everything, all your support, every dollar, every penny, every kind word. You guys